Promise in coming weeks, I'm sure. Right now, we see Earnest Hart in action in Detroit against Randy Hatfield. Hart has a lot on the line at this point, Joe.
Well, he really does. You know, this is a must-win bout for Earnest. In order to get one more shot at the World Welterweight crown, which has been the most elusive crown in the history of the sport, Hart had twice held the title. To get another shot, he's going to have to win this fight against Hatfield.
Let's go now to the Premier Center in Detroit. Larry Black and Joe Corley were at ringside.
This is round one of a scheduled 7 rounds. Earnest Hart, 27 years old, 5'9", 154 pounds in blue. Rudy Hatfield, 28 years old, 5'9", 153 pounds, welterweight. Listen to the kicking power of these fighters.
Okay, where Earnest Hart has tremendous skill is in closing the distance. He can move in and close that distance with the front hand, with the backhand, or with his kicks very, very well. In and out seems to be his game plan here.
Earnest Hart dropped Jeff Gripper in the first round of their title fight with a short left to the chin. Then Jeff Gripper came back and TKO'd Earnest Hart in the 8th round. As you pointed out, Joe Corley, Earnest Hart is looking in as good a shape as we've ever seen him.
One thing about Hart is he always stays busy in the ring. There's constant movement on his part. We're seeing Hatfield start to try to dip outside the left hand now.
This is round one. We're scheduled for 7. Hart in blue, Hatfield in black with the red stripe. Earnest Hart is a hard man to hit, moving laterally all the time.
The crowd is chanting, Rudy, Rudy for Rudy Hatfield. Hart has always thrown some fairly stiff-legged kicks like we're seeing. They're not the flipping kind of kicks. Good left hooked in by Hart right on the jaw.
You see the time remaining in round number 1.
That right hand by Hart, good solid shot right behind the left ear, Hatfield.
One of the marks of Earnest Hart's career is the ability to keep on going from bell to bell. We're closing out round number 1. We'll be back with round 2 after this.
Don't be
round number 2, scheduled for 7, Earnest Hart Jr., former 3-time world welterweight champion on the right. Rudy Hatfield on the left in black. Oh, there's a left hand by Earnest Hart. Earnest Hart kicking better than I've seen him kick before, Joe.
Well, Hart has always had a good arsenal of kicks. Like I say, they're fairly stiff kinds of kicks. He doesn't flip them very much. His real talent is his speed. I gave him that first round 10-9. Hart moved in, moved out, landed the points, landed the shots on Hatfield.
Mouthpiece of Rudy Hatfield is out early in round 2. That could be a problem for his dental work.
Actually came out as he was breathing. Hart didn't knock it out.
Earnest Hart is just not there when that step over spinning back kick gets there. Look at the left hand again.
Hart switching sides now, went the right side forward, used the right-left combination. Hatfield uses good head movement, left to right head movement. He's causing Hart to miss more of his initial moves in this round. Powerful back leg round kick by Ernie Hart, blocked by Hatfield.
You can hear the corner yelling, "Keep your head up, Rudy."
That front kick by Hart just grazed off Hatfield's face. Nice move.
They traded left hands there. I believe Earnest Hart got the better of the exchange. 20 seconds remaining in round number 2.
Hart showing extremely good hand speed here. He's not landing all that solidly on Hatfield, and it's not because he's missing, it's because Hatfield is making him miss. As then, Hatfield went under the left hook of Earnest Hart.
Closing out round number 2, and we'll be right back with round 3. In round number 2, Earnest Hart looked as effective as he did in round number 1.
You see, he was out of range of most of Hatfield's blows. Hatfield caused Hart to miss a lot in this particular round. But you see the speed of Ernie Hart getting in, getting out.
Action now in round number 3. Earnest Hart wearing the blue, Rudy Hatfield wearing black. How would you have scored that second round, Joe?
I gave the second round to Hart again, 10-9. I've got him leading by 2 points, 20-18 at the end of the first 2 rounds. Hatfield seems to be picking up a little momentum to me here.
Hart is moving very, very well from side to side, in and out. Hatfield doesn't seem to be able to figure out a pattern.
Good right hand in by Hatfield. He caught Hart with that. Hart has been moving out of range of that shot so far.
Crowd is really excited about this main event.
You see, you watch the head movement of Hatfield now. He's dipping off to his right, outside of Hart's left hand. It's Hart's job now to find that movement, predict where he's going to be next, and aim where Hatfield moves the head.
Crowd is not booing. They're saying, Rudy, Rudy. Halfway through the third round.
Hart is spending more time in close with Hatfield now in this third round than he did in 1 and 2. Both fighters are really drilling the front leg round kicks into the head. Both men are avoiding them so far.
That was a left hook that could have taken Hart's head off, but it missed.
This is where the gutsy style of Hatfield comes in, is inside there. That's a place Hart really doesn't want to spend a whole lot of time with Rudy Hatfield.
That round kick was caught on the glove.
We should remember Hatfield is rated in the world in the super middleweight division. That is the division just above welterweight. He's dropped down from a normal 162 pounds to 153 pounds for this one.
Round number 4, Rudy Hatfield in black, Earnest Hart Jr. wearing the blue.
Hatfield picked up a little steam in that third round. Had Hart spending more time in there close with him. Didn't have either man with an advantage in round number 3.
Hart still moving.
I had that third round even, like I say, had Hart winning the first 2. I've got him ahead 30-28 at the end of 3. Hart's doing some left-right, right-left movement, trying to change directions on Hatfield thus far in this round to confuse him. Hatfield is still staying out of the way of the Hart big shots with the left hand. Oh, that round kick by Hart, powerful when Hatfield under it.
Hart is still moving well, but he's being hit more often than he was in the first 3 rounds.
Hart has often been criticized for punching with his arms, not getting a lot of power into his punches, and he will do that a lot when he tries to throw a lot of punches together. He seems to hurry his punches.
Rudy Hatfield is the pursuer, continuing to move in. He doesn't want to back up from Earnest Hart.
Now, you said earlier that Hart, solid round kick by Hart right in the face. Hart will sometimes be lured back into his old fighting style of staying right on top of the guy. I don't think that's a good idea for him with Hatfield, staying right in there as tight as he is with Hatfield. Very few people in the game are better at it than Earnest Hart, though, just standing there and continuing to throw punches. They have to do all the kicking skills in addition to all the boxing skills in preparation for the action in this ring. I've got Hart leading by 3 points at the end of 4 rounds. I had him winning the last one 10-9, 40-37 at the end of 4. Hart is landing more points now on Hatfield.
But Hatfield keeps plodding forward, just walking straight in, chasing Hart around the ring. Hatfield is the kind of fighter that can make you tired. Keeps the pressure coming all the time.
Good right hand in by Hatfield as Hart ducked. Hatfield followed his head down, landed the right hand.
2.5 rounds remaining in this fight. The early rounds belong to Earnest Hart, but Rudy Hatfield has not given up by a long shot.
Hart has missed a couple of uppercuts inside, but he's also landed a couple of good hard uppercuts. Right hand by Hatfield, his best punch of the fight. Remember, Hart has won the early part of this round. Hatfield may have just evened it up with that hard right hand. Hart continues to lean in on Hatfield there. He just evened up his own right hand then.
You see the time remaining in round number 5.
Good round kick to the head then by Hatfield, followed back with another good right hand. Hart took the shots and came back himself.
That's the end of round 5, and it found the fighters head to head and toe to toe. Towards the end of the round, here's more of that 5th round action.
So the round kick on the jaw, the reason that didn't hurt Hart more than it did is the acceleration dwindle at the end of the blow.
They're holding time to tie the belt of Earnest Hart. The knot has come untied. Our referee, J.T. Will, tying the belt. And the time starts now. This is round 6. Hatfield throwing his punch and ducking down. How do you have it scored, Joe?
I got Hart ahead by 3. Had the last round even again. A lot of good blows exchanged by both fighters in the last one. I've got him leading by that 50-47 mark.
We're in round 6. Scheduled for 7. Hatfield in black. Earnest Hart Jr., former 3-time welterweight champ of the world, in blue.
Good hook to the head by Hart. His round front kick following that was blocked by Hatfield. Both fighters seem to like that toe-to-toe action. Hart, I thought, would probably try to avoid it in this fight.
All the PKA karate fans know that Earnest Hart is a very tough fighter, but we're learning to respect Rudy Hatfield.
Hart tried a front kick then. Hatfield dug down. Looked like the knee landed on Hatfield. I can't see if there was any damage done at this point.
Looks as though there's some blood coming from the nose of Hatfield. Less than 5 seconds in the round. 1 round remaining. Right at the bell, Rudy Hatfield gets in his 8th kick. Watch as Rudy Hatfield ducks down and the knee zaps him right on the nose.
Rudy Hatfield threw 8 kicks. Ernie Hart threw 10 kicks.
Good round for Ernie Hart.
27 wins, only 4 losses, 1 draw. He has 14 knockouts to his credit. A very tough former world champion, Earnest Hart Jr.
And you see Earnest Hart more solid there than we've seen him in a lot of fights. Looks like he's in extremely good shape. He did not get the bleeding stopped in Hatfield's nose in the corner.
A bloody nose is not as dangerous as it may look. It looks terrible when it bleeds all over his face and chest. It's really not a serious injury that could stop a fight.
Neither fighter can know how far ahead he is if he knows he's ahead at all at this point.
You hear the crowd chanting, Rudy, Rudy. A hometown hero taking on the former world champ. Great effect on Earnest Hart.
1 minute left in the fight.
There you see the time remaining in the fight. Joe Corley, it looks as though we're going to have to go to the decision. There won't be a knockout in this one. These fighters are just too tough.
I really didn't think we'd have a knockout in this fight. The question in my mind was, would the experience of Ernie Hart undo Hatfield, or would the toughness of Hatfield bring Ernie Hart in to make a mistake?
Now, how much effect will the judges give that bloody nose?
Not very much. Experienced judges will not. They'll know that that's no real damage, as you mentioned.
There's the time remaining in the fight, and they're still head-to-head and toe-to-toe. Both fighters more than meeting the minimum kick requirement, and there's the bell, ending the fight.
Don't be left in the dark when it comes to...
Make his determination as a result of this fight, whether he wants to stay in the welterweight division or go back up into the super middleweight ranks. They're tallying the judges' scores now. Don Cobbs, you see there in the corner with Earnest Hart. Rudy Hatfield's being assisted by Eddie McRae and Kerry Roop. We now have the indication that the scores are ready. Let's go to house announcer Dave Stewart.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a decision. Judge Pruitt scores 69-68. Judge Willis scores 69-66. Judge Copley scores 68-69. Winner on a split decision, Ernie Hart.
Earnest Hart wins by split decision and eyes the PKA World Welterweight crown once again. Let's go now to the Battle of Atlanta kicks. Now we go out to Oklahoma City.